in the game.
A top 25 clash in the early season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Fresno State will kick it off and we will be underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Pitt Panthers offense will get the first swing of the game. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming in this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38. The Panthers want to pick up the tempo.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
They'll go up top on 2nd and short. It's incomplete, and it also might be what is called a learning experience and one this freshman got away with.
And a really great job by the defense adjusting now, because on this drive, this quarterback has found his guy a few times, and now the defense is saying, we are double covering him. You might throw it somewhere else, but that guy is not going to make the catch. And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile.
There he goes! Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. And the Panthers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's going for it all. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. Pittsburgh going to work with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Good quickness to grab it off the bounce. Touchdown, Pitt! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
How about that first drive by the offense. Usually script the first 10 plays. Well, I had one extra. It only took 9. Great job moving down the field, stringing plays that look like other plays together, and getting this opening drive touchdown.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Fresno State's offense has the ball for the first time. And greeting them as a linebacking core in the business of disruption, tackling with aggression. Any suggestions on how to work around them?
Yeah, I think you pray. These linebackers are fast, they're physical, and my favorite part is they don't like people. Like, they are trying to make physical tackles, and it starts with them in this defense against the run, blitzing, against the pass. They're all over the field, Palmer.
Yeah, and I think for this offense, you want to be able to establish the run. I think the big key for them is going to be working the double teams in the zone game and getting into the second level. You have got to try and cover these linebackers up and get a hat on them. If you don't, they're going to run free, and they're going to destroy your game plan.
Hard-hitting tackle.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. Gets it up to the 35-yard line before going out of bounds. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. The give to the back. At the 45, on his way. Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a first down. And the Bulldogs have this offense rolling. Back to pass, it's Mack. With the catch, it's Graham. And the defense settled in to stop that before.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
They're dealing with a second and long. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to fire. Quickly to the tight end. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Now facing a third and long. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Fresno State hoping to convert on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. The decision to go for it does not pan out. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He'll pull it down. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. Hit it right back to the line.
Bug meat windshield. Ouch. You cannot make a living as a quarterback taking those kind of hits. Nice job scrambling, getting the first down. Let's not do too many more of those.
And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Just outside the red zone. If they pick up the first down, they'll spot it at the 22. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time. Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
This guy is such a weapon for this offense, especially down in the red area. Because of his speed and his size, he's a nice target right there on the post. You see him. It's just really hard to box him out and prevent him from catching the football. Good decision by the QB, and it results in a touchdown.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Quarterback may change this route. Throwing right. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, the offense trying to hit the dagger route. You see the receiver, he went down the field, stretched it, made it look like it was going to be a go, put his foot in the ground, try to cut to the inside. They're just not able to be on the same page there.
And he's brought down, but a flag is also down.
Hold on.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Let's see what they've got on second down. Looking to throw, it's Mack. Zings it complete to the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Great job by the defense winning those early downs. Now you get them in a predictable situation. 3rd and long. You bring in more DBs, more speed, more fun blitz packages. You get to have a little fun, go get the quarterback.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Makes the grab. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. That's the end of the period, and Pittsburgh has the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Fresno State will have to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. He'll signal for and make the fair catch right around midfield. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. Rush is on him. And they'll knock him down in the backfield for a loss of yardage. The Panthers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to pass on second down. Got it behind the line. It's Thomas. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, and tight ends in today's modern college football are so difficult to stop because they're so much more athletic than they used to be. Today, they're just like big wide receivers. So defensively, how do you stop it? Do you have someone who has the physical dimensions to match up with this guy one-on-one? You might not, and if you don't, are you comfortable putting a slower linebacker on him, or do you want to put a smaller DB that might not be able to tackle him? It's a real difficult puzzle to figure out.
Pitt will have to boot this one away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. They'll run play action. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. Fresno State will have to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. This is a spot you see many returners try to take a chance, but not this time. The fair catch just inside the 40. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. They've already put a couple of scores up, and they look to add to it on this drive. Off play action on 1st down. Grabbed behind the line. It's gone. And they pick up just a few on that completion. And the Panthers racing to the line in the hurry-up. Wants to fire on second down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Thomas. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. The Panthers are at the line looking to convert on third and short. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Finds the tight end.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Got him downfield. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey guys, we've got a final in that Mountain West Conference Battle of Note. Air Force was relentless today in a road win that frankly wasn't even as close as the final score indicates. This was a vintage Falcons performance, one that really should instill confidence within this program. One game, I know, fellas, but this could be one to circle when we consider the big picture there in the Mountain West.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He's stopped dead. Again, no running room to be found. They keep trying it and have had very little success.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case in there. They try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets out.
Oh, he's got some space. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time. Offensively, the defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, can these guys use a score to cut into this lead. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Sutton. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Bulldogs will try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Can't make the connection, and the defense. The 4th down stop.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
He wants to go deep. Hits him inside the 20, still going. Grabs a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. This offense thrives on those big, explosive plays, and that one has them set up with a 1st and 10 from the 17. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. He's got it on the move. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. He'll toss it. Touchdown, Panthers. How about this? On track and getting it in on the option.
And this crowd was already jacked up. They were already excited. They were already making a difference in this football game, and the offense continues to pile on and give them something to cheer about. 27-0 here in the 1st half. This has been all home team.
Fresno State, 0.
On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Scanning the field, it's Mack. Sets up the screen. They make the stop, and that is the end of the 1st half. 1st half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, you've been calling a first-rate game so far today in Pittsburgh.
Pitt will try to boot this thing deep to start the 2nd half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. Got blown out in the 1st half, and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the 3rd quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it. I don't know how to describe it as a coach or a...
Breaks into the open. And it's a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 44.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the 2nd half. Get this run game established.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the 1st down.
Finds his man. It's McClain. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a 1st down.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the 2nd half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Hand off from the shotgun. Got enough for the 1st. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. They make the stop as he gets it inside the 30 to the 28, a gain of 4.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
You know, as a quarterback, when you're doing this zone read play, you got to read that defensive end. If he crashes down hard inside to take the running back away, right away you know now you're keeping the football. Nice job by the quarterback.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Send the tight end in motion. Wide receiver going in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Going for the goal line. Give him 6. Touchdown Bulldogs. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. Then more drives like this is what's needed.
And he'll bring it back. He's got great speed. He's on the loose. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is a field-flipping machine. Take it on one end, return it to the other.
And now you get to celebrate. What a beautiful job. We always talk about defense. We always talk about offense. But, man, when your special teams come through for you and score, it is huge, and it provides such a boost for the crowd.
Kickoff unit all lined up, and we're ready to put toe to leather. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, this offense, man, they just continue to struggle. And they need to find something that they do really, really well. And running the football late in the 4th quarter when you're getting beat by a good bit, that's probably not it. This offense needs to hit the gas, and they need to pitch and catch a little bit and throw the football around.
Hauls it in. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. And the Bulldogs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking downfield, it's Mack. The short hands, it's McClain. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. The inside handoff. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Big 3rd down here. They need to get the ball to the 41. Now the play fake. Got it in the middle, it's Graham. And that's where they'll mark him, but a very productive play, and they'll move the chains. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Sutton. No siree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. Backed up now, here's second and long. Let's go. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. The give is to Williams, and they swarm him under.
Man, too little, too late. Where was this earlier in the game? They could have used that explosive play earlier when this game was close, but obviously these guys are still out here. They're still competing. They're going to keep fighting until there's zeros on the clock, but they need more plays like that earlier in games moving forward.
They'll try to power their way ahead. He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
Great job at contained by this defense, and in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic, and that's exactly what happened there.
Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
And these are the plays you know exactly what you're going to get up front. The offensive line does a great job blocking. Just create a little bit of a hole, pound through that hole. That running back, they can't tiptoe, they can't dance. Run north-south and get that first down. Nice job.
Fresno State lines up with a first and goal. Easy. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
Softened him up with a run, and now to throw. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. It won't matter much in the outcome, but a little extra stat padding is nice.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
And the extra point is good. They still trail 35-14. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. Give to the running back. Jukes his way for more. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.